Hey there, future teachers. Welcome. Today, we're going to take a quick trip through the history of computer-assisted language learning, or CALL for short. Trust me, understanding where we've been is going to help you so much in your future classrooms. But first, let's kick things off with a really big question. Just because a technology is brand new and shiny, does that automatically make it the best tool for your students? It's something every teacher has to think about. So, to help answer that, we're going to explore the 6 key parts of the call story, right from the very beginning up to today. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, first up, why on earth should we look back at old technology? I know, it might seem a little strange, but it's actually super important for becoming a great teacher today. Here's the most important point. History teaches us to focus on good teaching methods, not just fancy new tools. When we see what worked and what didn't in the past, we can make much smarter choices about the technology we use to help our students learn. Our story begins a long, long time ago. Back then, computers were absolutely huge, and the ideas about teaching were, well, pretty different from today. So back in the 1960s and 70s, the first phase of CALL got started. It was all based on an idea called behaviorism, which is basically learning by doing something over and over and over again. This was called behavioristic CALL. You can think of the computer as a kind of mechanical tutor. It would give a student a grammar question, the student would type an answer, and the computer would just say correct or incorrect. That's it. We also call this drill and practice. But, teachers pretty quickly realized that just practicing grammar rules wasn't enough. Students needed to actually use the language to communicate. So let's see what happened next. In the late 70s and into the 80s, something huge happened. The personal computer, or the PC, arrived. This was a real game changer. Suddenly, more schools and even people at home could have a computer, which opened up a ton of new possibilities. Now, what's so cool here is how the thinking changed. The computer wasn't just a tutor for grammar tests anymore. Nope, it became a tool to help students actually practice communicating. The focus was less on being perfectly correct all the time and more on really using the language, like in games and simulations. And this shift was so big, it even got a new name. People used to say Callie with an I for instruction, which is all about the teacher. Then it changed to CALL with an L for learning. It's just one letter, but it shows a huge new idea. The student was now at the center of everything. And then the 1990s arrived, and with them came something that didn't just change teaching, it changed the entire world. I think you know what I'm talking about, the internet. So the internet plus computers that could handle sound and video kicked off a brand new phase, integrative CALL. Integrative just means bringing things together. Now, students could practice all 4 skills, reading, writing, listening, and speaking, all together on the computer. This was absolutely fantastic. Students could read real news articles from other countries, they could watch videos, listen to music, and with Web 2.0, they could write their own blogs and actually talk with people online. The language was finally authentic and real. An expert named Stephen Bax came up with a really big idea here called normalization. This means we want to use technology so naturally that we don't even think about it. Like when you pick up a pen or a book, you just use it. That's the goal, to focus on the learning, not the tool itself. And that brings us right up to today. Right now, technology is everywhere. It's in our pockets, and it's getting smarter every single day. So today, we've got things like MAL, that's mobile-assisted language learning. We can learn on our phones anywhere we go. We also have amazing AI like ChatGPT that can give students instant personal help. And of course, after 2020, online learning with tools like Zoom became completely normal for all of us. So, after going through all this history and seeing all of this incredible new technology, what's the most important job for you, the teacher? What's your role in all of this? Your role today is really different. You're not just the source of all information anymore. Students can find facts online in a second. Your job is now to be a facilitator or a guide. You help your students find the right resources and use them to learn effectively. And a really helpful way to think about this is the TPACK framework. It says a great teacher needs to balance 3 things. First is content, what you teach, like English. Second is pedagogy, how you teach, your methods. And third is technology, the tools you use. The best teaching happens when you bring all 3 together. So the whole point is this.
Understanding this journey from old, clunky computers to modern AI helps you make really good choices. It helps you think not just about what's new, but about what's truly useful for your students. So the question I'll leave you with is, how will you use technology to create amazing learning experiences?